So for our case, we did Michaels versus Pentar. And on July 1st, 2008, Emmett Michaels was injured in an accident that involved a pool filter. The pool filter was manufactured by Pentar Water Pool and Spa. He sued in Nevada's district court for product liability. The lawsuit went to trial. After 2 weeks, the jury in the court ruled in favor of Pentar. Michaels filed a post-trial motion for a retrial, claiming misconduct from Pentar's defense. Nevada's Supreme Court requested the district court to adequately make the necessary findings to deny Michaels' post-trial motion. And I'm going to hand it off to Stephen to discuss the case arguments.
Michaels harmed himself using a Pentair filter canister, and in the beginning, the court ruled in favor against Michaels. So Michaels declared the product was defective because it was missing a secondary restraint to keep the canister in place in the event of an explosion, or an external and an automatic air release valve permitting the compressed air to be released safely. Pentar identified the issue and came to the conclusion that Michaels caused the problem himself. Michaels installed the canister on an outdated 27-year-old filter system. The new canisters do not work on the older models. Pentar's chief engineer shared that explosions and deadheads are known to happen in the pool industry when misusing products. Pentar assured that the canister filed in the suit had no defects. Additionally, Michaels disposed parts of the product before the court case, which could have been used as evidence to prove him right or wrong. They explained Michaels' actions as foreseeable, negligent, and dishonest. Michaels did not provide enough evidence to the court, hence the court ruled in favor for Pentar. Now I will pass it over to Alex.
When Michaels reported his appeal, the Nevada Supreme Court decided that the district court mishandled the appeal because Pentar's team spoke their opinion about their witness, which may have misled the jury to make a decision based on opinion rather than fact. And the motion for the new trial by Emmett Michaels would be sent back to the district court for a review of his claim based on the interpretation made by the Nevada Supreme Court. And now I'll pass it on to Eva.
So I'll talk a little bit about the history of product liability. So until the early 1900s, the theories of caveat emptor and the privity doctrine presided over matters of consumer law, which basically meant that the buyer was responsible for checking the quality of a product before the purchase, and that the buyer had to purchase the product directly from the manufacturer to receive any remedy to product liability claims. So it was really difficult for people to receive any remedies to product liability claims through defective products. And today in Nevada, their manufacturer has strict liability for any injuries resulting from a defect present when the product left the manufacturer. So in this specific case, the plaintiff alleged a design defect and a warning defect. So the design defect, he claimed that a safer design already existed of the pool filter, in which there was a secondary restraint. And if he had used this design, the injury would not have happened. And a warning defect means that there were foreseeable risks that the manufacturer could have seen that the consumer would use the product in the way that the plaintiff used the product. And he claimed that there were other cases of exploding canisters from other customers using the filter in a similar manner, and that the manufacturer did not warn him of these risks. So some common defenses to these claims are assumption of the risk, misuse or abuse of a product, comparative negligence, commonly known dangers, and supervening events. And in this case, Pentar claimed that the plaintiff used the product in a way that was not for its intended use and against their recommendation, so they claimed misuse of a product, and this caused the product to deviate from its intended function and cause injury. And now I will pass it off to Joseph to go over some more examples.
Some other cases similar to this are the case of Pundit v. State, in which it was which is important for the Nevada courts to make sure there's proper evidence, because in case was overruled because there was proper evidence. And then another case similar to this is the case of in re application of Finley, in which the Court of Appeals reversed the decision done by the district court because they had not properly filed their decision. In general, the higher courts are necessary for accountability and to make sure that the district courts are following the rule of law. With all of the cases we have discussed, they show how important it is for the higher courts to be able to step in and make sure that the district courts are doing what they need to do. That is all we have to say, and thank you for listening.